Rose is going to act as a person.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jamie Guardiolo. File number is 19-04851 OT. Council appearance.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Mary Bowen, Assistant City Attorney, appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Jamie Guardiola, who is present in the courtroom to my right.
Ms. Guardiola, how are you?
Fine. Good morning, Judge.
Okay, today's a date that was set for a jury trial. I have a advice of rights and plea information sheet. So I'm assuming it's going to be a plea of some sort. Can you state the offer on the record?
Yes. The defendant will be pleading to the amended charge of failure to report an accident. The city will move to dismiss the driving while license suspended and also drove without a motorcycle endorsement.
What's the maximum penalty on the failure to report an accident?
One second, Your Honor, we're checking.
No problem.
For the patient.
Six.
90 days, excuse me, Your Honor, 90 days jail, maximum penalty of $100 fine. Plus court cost. Be no points or licensing sanctions at this time.
I also see it's also non-obstructable, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and that the offer that was extended, Mr. Keithley?
Yes, Your Honor, one minor addition. It's going to be a no contest plea on the basis of civil liability.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and Ms. Guardiola, that's the plea offer you remember being extended to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you wish to accept that offer today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have an advice of rights and plea information sheet. It has today's date on it. Ma'am, is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Did you review this document?
I did.
Do you understand each of the rights listed there?
Yes.
Do you have any questions regarding those rights?
No, ma'am.
You have the right to proceed to a jury trial. You have the right to be represented by counsel during your jury trial. You are represented by Mr. Keithley. If you were to proceed to trial today, you would have the right to have the city bring sufficient evidence to prove each element of the charge against you. They have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And so in order to enter a no contest plea, you would have to give up that right. That's what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means you will never have a right to question or cross-examine any of the witnesses the city wanted to or intended to call against you. You would not have a right to call your own witnesses to further any defense you may have. And then you're also going to waive your right to remain silent at trial and not have the silence be used against you. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody made any promises to you to get you to waive your rights today?
No, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to get you to waive your rights?
No, ma'am.
I have your police, Lansing Police Department report, case number 195907457 states that officers received an accident complaint number 279337. The accident occurred on or about July 18, 2019 at 7:15 a.m. at the intersection of East Jolly and Cedar, which is in the city of Lansing, Ingham County. Officers said they arrived on the scene and made contact with the driver of Unit 1. The driver advised that she was on East Jolly in the turning lane waiting for the green arrow to make a northbound turn onto Cedar. While waiting, the driver stated that a white female approximately 40 years old wearing black pants and a blue top was westbound on East Jolly and lost control of her vehicle and struck her vehicle in the turning lane. The Unit 2 driver then ran over to Unit 1 driver and said sorry and urged her not to call the police department and let her just pay for the damage because she had a warrant. Unit 1 driver told her no and called the police department. Unit 2 driver then took off up the street and watched as Unit 2 driver was picked up in a white SUV. Any additional factual basis?
Oh, Your Honor. Excuse me.
Your Honor, I believe the basis for Ms. Guardiola having been charged in this matter is contained a little later in the
Please speak up. I'm sorry, your voice is
I
low.
believe the basis for Ms. Guardiola having been charged in this matter is contained a little later.
Yes, Mr. Keithley's correct, it being identified in a focal lineup, Your Honor. We'll further down.
Okay, that makes sense as to why there's so many dates.
Registration.
I see here there was a traffic follow-up by officer. Officer received a report and ran the accused license plate in lane. Registered owner noted the registered owner matches the description of the accused driver. The officer made contact with Unit 1 driver witness Stacy, is it Ozenek,
Yes,
to see if she would be willing to participate in a photo lineup. It's like on July 26, 2019 at 10:48 hours, Stacy Ozenek came to the Lansing Police Department Center for a photo lineup. The photo lineup took place in the DB interview room and was digitally tape recorded. Ozenek was read the LPD eyewitness identification admonishment form and was advised, she understood the instructions and signed the form. Ozenek was shown 6 photos of females in 6 separate folders and identified number 1 photo or number 4 photo as the accused. The photo containing photo number 4 is that of the accused Jamie Lamera Guardiola. Ozak stated it's either the first or the second photo and indicating number 4 photo and photo 2. She stated, yes, I'm almost positive.
Your Honor, if I could just call the court's attention to what is marked in the report as crash report, page 3 of 4. At the bottom, there are 2 sections. There's accused information and accused vehicle information.
Right, it says here accused information, Jamie Lamera Guardiola, white female, list date of birth as August 29th, 1969, with an address on Ora Street, city of Lansing. The accused vehicle information be a 2017 Harley Davidson XL883, teal and white in color, registered to Jamie Lamera Guardiola, address consistent with the information provided under accused information, insurance information unknown. Any additional factual basis?
nothing from the people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, the court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. May duty voluntarily and intelligently. Count 1 and count 3 will be dismissed. That's correct.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Is the victim here at all today?
She was, I think she just left, Your Honor.
Okay, so we will not be able to proceed to immediate sentencing.
Okay.
I'll have this matter set for a sentencing date so that we can see if the victim wanted to be present for that, and that can take place via Zoom.
Defense has no objection to that, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, we're not doing that. We're not, I'm not in front of probation.
November 2nd at 11
Sentencing will be November 2nd at, you said 9 a.m.?
11.
At 11 a.m. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set for today, ma'am. Eric Lopez. On the record in the matter, the people of the City of Lansing versus Eric Lopez is file number 20-02201 OM. Council appearance.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Mary Bowen, appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mr. Lopez, who is present in the courtroom to my right.
Thank you. Today's the date set for a jury trial. Have an advice of rights. So it's also set for a 253 violation. Have an advice of rights here. As well as a police report. So was there an offer extended?
Yes, Your Honor.
For the record.
The defendant will be pleading guilty to the underlying charge of assault and battery, and the city would be, let me back up. Defendant will be pleading guilty to the assault and battery, no contest, for the killable, no upfront jail. Additionally, the city will be asking this court to dismiss the PA 53 violation.
You said there'll be no contest plea?
Yes, Your Honor, on the basis of civil liability.
Is there restitution in this matter?
Not to the best of my knowledge, Your Honor.
Your Honor, not that I'm aware.
I'm not following the civil liability on the assault and battery. Is there any clarification on that?
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Your Honor?
I'm not understanding why there is a concern for civil liability.
Well, Your Honor, that there is no present request for restitution does not actually alleviate the potential of a civil suit arising out of this matter. Assault is, as I remember, an intentional tort. And he is pleading no contest on the basis of protecting himself against any potential civil liability. Did you state the truth?
Yes, they did.
Is the victim here?
Yes, he is here. that's the one.
I believe this might be the one you received the letter.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I didn't catch what that was.
I believe we received a letter from the alleged victim on this one. Okay. That letter would explains the civil liability concern. Now that I remember the letter
And I don't have a copy of that.
I have not received a copy of the letter.
directly to, that's because you didn't send it to you, you addressed it directly to the judge, but it was placed in the file.
Possible to get a copy of the letter?
I'm gonna find it in here. Actually, he emailed it to the criminal division. You can get them a copy of that when you get a chance. Okay, I have an advice of rights and fee information sheet with today's date on it. Sir, is that yours?
Yes,
Please pull your mask up above your nose. Thank you. Did you read this?
correct.
Do you understand the rights listed there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions regarding these?
No, Your
rights?
Honor.
Okay, you understand that you have the constitutional right to proceed to a jury trial on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and that jury trial was scheduled for today. You have the right at the time of jury trial to have the prosecutor, which is the city attorney in this matter, bring enough evidence to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You wish to waive that right today to enter a no contest plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, are you sure?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So that means you won't have an opportunity to cross-examine or question any of the witnesses the city was going to call. You won't have an opportunity to call your own witnesses or present evidence in your defense. You also won't have the opportunity to remain silent at trial, not have that silence be used against you. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand that entry of a guilty plea could require you to report a criminal conviction on to your current employer or on future job applications?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, an entry of a no contest plea, that is.
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe I made any promises to you to get you to want to waive your rights here today. Look, what you're looking at, I'm talking to you.
Oh.
Has anybody made any promises to you?
Oh, no, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Okay, is anybody threatening you?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Whoever's on the iPhone, I think I muted you several times. Please remain muted until I unmute you. Okay, I have here police report from the Lansing Police Department, case number 20519050006, states that on or about May 20 of 2020 at approximately 12:30 hours at the area of 3625 Bayview, city of Lansing, Eaton County, but within the 1 mile jurisdiction of Eaton County. Officers was dispatched to the address in report of a troublesome subject. The caller, being a Cedric Carter, advised that his neighbor was threatening him and a postal worker. Officers made contact with Cedric Carter in the parking lot of 3625 Bayview. Cedric stated that he exited his apartment to receive his mail when he was approached by his neighbor, Eric Lopez Jr. near the parking lot. Cedric stated that Eric began yelling at him because Cedric complained to management about Eric's dog barking loudly throughout the night. And being a nuisance, it should be noted that the officer could hear the defendant's dog barking from the parking lot. Cedric stated that Eric then slapped him once on the right side of his face, ripping his face mask off. Cedric advised that Eric used his left hand. Cedric is also in a motorized wheelchair and stated that Eric moved the joystick on the wheelchair as well. Cedric and Eric were both outside still upon the police department arrival. The officers did not observe any injuries to Cedric. Any additional factual basis?
Nothing further from the people now.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
The court finds the basis for a no contest plea to be appropriate. The court will accept the no contest plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The PA 52 violation will be dismissed for motion of the city. Any objection to moving towards immediate sentencing?
City has no objection at this time. Again, we do have a victim here, and the victim would like to address the court
Any
at
objection?
sentencing.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, the victim wants to address the court, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
ma'am.
Okay, I'm not sure if he can. if
Can
he
you,
Okay, if he just puts his chair right there, there's a mic there, so we can hear.
oh, this is great. Thank you.
Sir, can you put your mask up above your nose, please? Thank you. I need you to go right there.
Here.
Yes, because there's a mic there and I need to be able to up. Okay. Sir, state your name for the record.
Cedric Carter.
Thank you. You can proceed with your plea.
First of all, thank you, Your Honor, for hearing this case. For me, this incident has brought tremendous pain, both psychological and physical. I've been in therapy for it. My cerebral palsy has been exacerbated by the assault. I've had to take numerous medications that I don't normally take on a regular basis, which affects my quality of life. And to make matters worse, this was over a legitimate dog complaint to management, not me aggravating the defendant. I don't know him from a hole in the wall, other than the fact that we are neighbors. He stays upstairs, I stay downstairs. But to get assaulted because I did what I was legally and appropriately entitled to do without being confrontational or aggravating the circumstances, I believe that Mr. Lopez's behavior, both the assault and intentionally violating his bond, warrants him to be sentenced to jail. He took something from me from May 20th to now. And I believe it's only just that he paid for it. And the only way that may get his attention, and hopefully from this, he will turn out to be a better citizen in society. I'm not saying he's a terrible person, I don't know him, but he did an unconscionable, outrageous action for absolutely nothing. I'm a very fair person. I believe if I do something physically to someone and something happens to me as a result of that, that's a side effect of my behavior. But since that did not happen in this case, the side effect of his behavior should be the maximum penalty afforded. And I thank you.
Thank you. You have any additional statements, sir?
No, I mean,
Okay,
he
thank you.
still lives in the building right above me. I've had to deal with constant harassment to the point that I've had to email this court, call his attorney, and call the prosecutor's office. I feel like my hands are tied.
Thank you for that statement. I apologize that you have had to go through this distress. The defendant has taken responsibility for that, and your voice has been heard. Okay, sir?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You can help him back over.
Thank you, Your Honor. As far as factors I would ask that the court take into account before pronouncing Mr. Lopez's sentence. First, I would note that Mr. Lopez has very minor criminal history. This is, as I understand it, his first assaultive conviction of any time. And even additionally, Your Honor, I would note that Mr. Lopez is employed full-time. He is standard, has consistent full-time employment. He's not an individual who is looking to have further contact with the alleged victim. He has been making active efforts to leave the apartment complex. He is trying to completely extricate himself from this situation such that he won't be a factor in Mr. Carter's life going forward. Your Honor, we do have a Killebrew agreement in this matter. We would be asking that the court adopt the Killebrew agreement and sentence Mr. Lopez to a, noting that this is a low-level misdemeanor, relatively limited term of probation. Additionally, as far as jail time, I would note that Mr. Lopez did do, I believe, 20 days in the interim between sort of that gap when he hadn't actually been arraigned on the alleged PA 53 that has now been dismissed. So he has actually suffered a jail consequence already in this matter. Thank you.
What was the Killebrew agreement? Because I don't recall that being stated. on the record.
Front jail, he did state that.
Okay, and so for your information, sir, Killebrew is between you and the city attorney. Your attorney, the court's not a party to the Killebrew agreement. So if I decide I'm not going to follow the no upfront jail, I'd give you an opportunity to try your plea, okay, sir? Is that a yes? Or is that, do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and sir, did you want to make your own statement at this time? You don't have to. You have an attorney.
would
He's
love to.
representing you.
I would
But
love
if you'd
to.
like to say something, you can do so at this time.
I'm a good person, Your Honor, like my attorney said.
Please stand up.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't know.
No problem.
This is my first, any type of like, criminal thing. I'm a good guy. I have a full-time job that I've kept for quite a while now sometime. I'm sorry what happened to Cedric, like I said, I give my condolences and I'll even move out if I have to. I won't live there anymore. I'll move out, I'll do, whatever it takes just to keep me up. You could put me on probation for the next 2 years. That'll be fine with me. I'm not a criminal. I'm not some violent person that they're portraying me as, I'm a good guy. I really am. And I feel like I deserve a second chance just to go back to work tomorrow, and I know I'm probably going to get put on probation. It's going to suck because it's going to interfere with my job. But you know what? I'm going to pay the consequences that I have to have. I just don't want to lose everything that I have, though. I have a family at home. And, like my attorney said, I've already done time for this. I've served 3 weeks in the county jail for this. So I would just please appreciate it if you could please put me on probation, and I'll give you my word. I'll never come into contact with Mr. Carter ever again.
Thank you. Any further statement you would like to give?
I think that's about it. I mean,
Your apology was to the victim here, not to me, but you gave your condolences and you apologized for what happened, but I want you to apologize for what you did. And
Correct.
if that's what your position is, because I need you to be able to take ownership.
correct,
Someone
which
think-
is what I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't a random person that assaulted, you assaulted. Mr. What's his last name here?
Lopez.
No, Mr.
Carter.
Carter.
Cedric Carter, that is. So you would need to take ownership, and I recognize that you did sit in jail for some time for that, but that's partially because of an alleged violation of your bond. You weren't sentenced. on this
Correct,
matter.
which was kind of hard to break, Your Honor, just due to the fact that I live on top and he lives right under me, and he was
Right.
recording me at the day, and I told him
I understand. I remember, and that matter has been dismissed for the.
but like I said, I can guarantee you, I can be out within 1 week and have a new home address.
The court can't order you to relocate. That's a civil matter. That's not before this court. You can deal with that outside of here. I could advise you, or I could suggest it be in your best interest for your overall safety, and to resolve this issue, that you probably don't want to be in close quarters with this man.
Correct, which is what I'm doing right now, and I actually have a place lined up that I could probably move to within like the next, I'd say, 6 to 7 days.
That's excellent. But even outside of that, the concern that the court has is your ability to manage your stress or your anger.
Right,
You can't find yourself in a situation that when you're frustrated or that when you're upset, that you believe that it is appropriate or you don't have control over what you do with yourself. You don't have the right to put your hands on anyone. You don't have the right to snatch their mask off. You don't have the right to do those things. There's other ways in which you can deal with your frustrations, and that's not an appropriate way to do that. So because the court is concerned about your ability to garner tools to work through stressful situations, the court does think that a term of probation is appropriate. I'm not going to sentence you to upfront jail time because I recognize that you are employed, you have a family to provide for, and a sentence to jail time could actually be more detrimental than it is favorable.
Thank you so
for
much,
the
Your Honor.
situation. Sir, I need you to be silent while I'm giving
Okay.
my ruling, okay, sir? And so the court will sentence you to a term of 6 months probation. While on probation, you need to complete anger management.
Sounds great. I'll do whatever you need me to, Your Honor.
I'm going to continue the no contact order
Okay.
as to the victim, Cedric Carter. You're not to have any communication directly or indirectly. Do you know what indirectly means?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
You have a sentencing form. I need a sheet. Okay, while on probation, you're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapons of any kind. And you're going to be required to submit to random PBTs and or your analysis. You're going to be responsible for the fees associated with that. Do you understand that?
Correct. Can I just ask one question?
Well, you can ask a question when I'm done with my ruling, okay?
Okay.
You need to maintain employment. You're currently employed here at, looks like, is it Cardinal Staffing? Or did you have other employment?
You said what?
Where are you employed?
I'm with Paramount Coffee right now.
Okay. I'm going to order that you maintain your employment during the course of your probation. When you relocate, if that's what you're going to do within the next 7 days, you have a responsibility to update the court immediately with your new contact information, okay?
You said what?
When you relocate, if you relocate, you need to let the court know of your new date, your new address and your possible new telephone number.
But you said it's not required though, correct?
It's not required. That's why I said I'm not requiring you
Okay.
to relocate. That's
Okay.
not before the court, but if that's what you want to do.
If I do, then just let you
need
guys
to
know
make
my
sure-
address. Okay.
Exactly, immediately. Okay,
Okay.
sir?
Yep.
Okay. There's a $30 per month oversight fee that you'll be responsible for while on probation, okay?
Sounds good. Any courts or fines?
We didn't get there yet.
Oh, sorry.
I have here an advice of rights and the information sheet, advice of rights and probation sheet, that is, states here that you have the right to request a hearing for early discharge from probation. Once you complete half the original term ordered by the judge, you must file a motion for early termination of probation with the court. You cannot request a hearing for early discharge until all rehabilitative requirements have been completed and you have not had any violations within the 90 days preceding the request. So, for example, you're getting 6 months probation, 3 months in, if you're not violated and if you've completed your anger management requirements, you can request early termination of your probation status, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Okay, you have the right to retain or hire an attorney for your hearing if you need to have a hearing, that is, to represent you for the hearing for early discharge. You do not have the right to court-appointed counsel. So Mr. Keith can't represent you for that purpose, okay?
Okay.
If you are on probation for domestic violence, stalking, CSC, human traffic violation, or an offense where the defense was asserted of guilty but mentally ill, you are not eligible for early termination of probation. Do you have any questions regarding those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, can you pass on this and you can sign it, please? Thank you. Okay, so as to fines and cost is a $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed, $50 state minimum cost that will be assessed. Probation, if you do 6 months, is $180. It's a total of $305. You'll be able to make monthly payments on that, okay, sir?
Sounds great, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions today at this time?
Yeah, just one. When will I be meeting up with my probation officer?
When you leave here, you're going right downstairs to probation, okay?
Okay.
You have any other questions?
I think that'll be it. Yeah,
Any
as long as they
additional-
can show me where the PO's office at, then
No worries, we got you covered, sir. Any
Sounds great.
Any additional matters for the record?
that'll be it.
Counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Sorry, I was just kind of nervous.
No problem. You're all set, sir. Thank you.
for that. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got the state matter. He was here yesterday.
Only if I refer them to probation.
I don't, unless you.
And I mean, only if I refer to probation for
Because I might have to go
before
over.
sentencing.
I may
So
have to go
refer
back
to
upstairs, but
probation.
he's having difficulty.
I'm doing immediate sentencing.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay, Maldonado? Do we have an issue?
I can't hear you.
Do you have an issue?
I cannot hear you.
Do you need a hearing device?
No, I just need you to speak up, man, please.
Okay, we can get you a hearing device.
Play on the sound. Why don't we get to the hearing? I'm not sure you can hear it, okay? Yeah, if we could get the hearing shades there, Your Honor.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's not working. Can you test that one? for me? Testing. Can you hear anything?
Are we sure it's on the right channel here?
Oh, I'm not sure. Does it have channels?
Yeah, it's like the 1, 2.
Might be that.
Is that one working?
No.
Okay. And
I feel
you,
like we have problems.
we did, but you all should have gotten this thing before now.
Nothing to apologize for.
Yeah, you didn't do anything. Those may be broken. Mr. Biggle will take both of those to administration today.
Jeez. She's just trying to figure out. It's all right. I just didn't know that. Okay.
That one's not working either.
No.
Okay. Sir, can you hear if I speak louder? Okay, sounds good. We'll get those fixed, but I'll speak louder for today's purposes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus King Christopher Maldonado, file number 20-00811OT. Council appearance.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Mary Bowen appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of King Christopher Maldonado, who is present in the courtroom to my right.
Thank you. Today's the date set for a jury trial. I have a plea information sheet. What's the offer?
Thank you, Your Honor. The court didn't call it. Mr. Maldonado actually has two files before the court this morning.
Oh.
He has the OT file and I believe an OM file for hinder and oppose.
Okay, I do have here file 20L2546241OT. Failure to display valid license.
That is correct.
That is the traffic misdemeanor. He has a, I didn't print it out. He has 20-00811 OM, which was set for jury trial as well today.
That was the first case number I called.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that, Your Honor. My apologies. So what the offer is in this matter is that Mr. Maldonado will be entering or admitting responsibility to a civil infraction disorderly person in file 20-00811 OM and pleading guilty to failure to display ops in file 20L2546241 OT.
Okay, and that's accurate, Ms. Bowen?
Yes, that is a correct recitation of the offer, Your Honor.
Okay, I have he's gonna plead guilty to failure to display ops and then the hindering oppose is amended to disorderly civil infraction.
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you hear me, Mr. Maldonado?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very
Okay.
much, Your Honor.
No problem. And so is this plea offer what you recall?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you want to accept that today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I have an advice of rights here. It has today's date on. Is that your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over these rights at all with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about these rights?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you have the right to proceed to trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to have the city bring sufficient evidence to prove each element of the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You want to waive that right today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so that means you're gonna also give up your right to cross-examine or question any witnesses that they were going to call. You're also gonna give up the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence in your defense. You're also gonna give up the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anybody making any promises to you to get you to waive your rights today?
No, Your Honor.
Is anybody threatening you to get you to waive your rights?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you are guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and that's to the failure to display ops. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
On a factual basis?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Maldonado, on or about February 4th of 2020, were you operating a motor vehicle in the area of Jessup and Wildwood in the city of Lansing?
Yes.
And at that time, did you get stopped by a police officer?
Yes.
And were you able to provide a valid driver's license
No.
to that officer?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Does he have a valid license now?
He does not, Your Honor.
Okay. Any additional factual basis?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor. Excuse me.
Thank you. The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Your fine on that is going to be $200. As to the civil infraction of disorderly person, that's not a criminal action. You do not need to plead guilty. You just need to accept responsibility. Do you want to accept responsibility to the amended charge of the disorderly person.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I believe the maximum penalty on that is $100. Is that correct?
Double check penalty. Oh, the penalty, penalty section of the ordinance.
Maximum penalty?
So one fractions, not less than 150.
Okay. The fine on that would be $150. When do you make payment? You
I-
owe $350 total.
350.
Yes.
I can pay next month, the 8th.
Okay, are you gonna pay all of it on the 8th or part?
Payment.
How much?
I gotta pay another fine also on the same day, so you wanna say 50, man?
Okay, so $50 on the 8th, and then when you're gonna make your next payment, sir?
It would have to be every month on the month, because I only
Okay.
get paid once a month.
Okay, November 8th, $50. You'll make payments every month of $50 until paid in full?
Correct.
Okay, do you know how to make a payment online, or you can come up in person?
I'm up in person.
Okay, do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, you're all set. Thank you, Mr. Maldonado.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I know we have some matters that were scheduled at 9:30. With the court's leave, I'd prefer to go back over to my office, which will only take me a few minutes, if that's all right.
That's fine.
And I prefer to go back upstairs, Your Honor, because I can't access some of my files down here for some reason.
That's fine.
All right, so I will be back. Thank you.
I'll check and see who we have here. It's on the iPhone. Ma'am, in the black shirt. If you can unmute and tell me your name.
Hi, Mystique Quimby.
Okay, Miss Quimby. I give somebody my, I think I, oh, there it is.
It's Donnelly. Yes,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, Miss Quimby is here. Okay, I see Ruby Fajardo. Someone else is on the iPhone here. Let's see if they can start their video, please. And the person on the, yes, who's on the Moto G stylus?
Anna Parole.
What's your last name?
Parole.
Let's see. Oh, I do. Anna Parole, 10:30. Okay. And then I see Douglas Bouchard is here. And I don't know who the other person on the iPhone is. If they can start their video, please. Okay, Ms. Donnelly, did you need to speak to anyone that's here at this time?
Yes, I will need to speak with Missy. I'm ready to go with Ruby, and I believe that I was expecting Cheryl Day to be appearing too as well. I had communications with her. She might have been that iPhone. I'll call her here in a second, but I do need one with Misty Quimby.
Okay. Let me put you in a breakout room. Is Ms. Bowen there? Yes, my character. Okay, Ms. Bowen, are you ready? Ms. Quimby?
Yes.
Donnelly? Okay.
Small.
Do I have- okay. Oh, she's early.
Probably not towards the bottom.
Yeah, she's early. Okay, we're on the record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Misty K. Quimby at file numbers 200118781 and 82. Can I have your appearances, counsel?
Mary, we can't hear you. You're not muted, but it's not.
Can you hear me?
No, not you, Misty, Mary.
No.
Mary, might
Mary
check your
Bowen.
microphone settings. Do you make sure you got the right microphone selected?
Okay. While she figures that out, Mr. Keithley, did you need to speak with anyone that was here on the
If I
screen?
could speak to Mr. Burchard, Your Honor.
Okay, can you put them in the breakout room? Also, can you rename the Moto G stylist? That's Anna Farrell. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with Miss Bowen's audio. We cannot hear you.
Okay, she gonna log in and out. Yep.
You gonna log in and log back out? Okay. Log out, log back in. Sounds good. I'm trying to adjust this. This is a little weird. Did I go in too much? That might be it. Okay. Let me-
Your Honor, can the court hear me?
Correct. We can hear you now. Okay. Still on the record in the matters of City of Lansing versus Misty Quimby appearance. Ms. Bowen.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Mary Bowen appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Misty Quimby, whom we are both separately appearing by Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date set for pre-trials. I think we were waiting for Ms. Quimby to work through some Secretary of State issues. Do we have an update, Ms. Donnelly?
Your Honor, yes. At this time, me and Ms. Bowen have been able to work out an offer that Ms. Quimby wants to accept. At this time, the offer is that instead of the no operator's license in possession, she'll plead guilty to allowing a person to drive in violation of the motor vehicle code under section 257.326. And then instead of the wrong way on a one-way, she will admit responsibility to impeding traffic.
Okay, and that's a complete accurate statement of the offer, Ms. Bowen?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct.
Okay, Ms. Quimby, you heard the offer that was stated there on the record by your attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you wish to accept that offer today, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
You raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
I do.
Thank you. Now you have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of your trial, you have the right to have the city bring sufficient evidence to prove each element of the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If you want to accept the plea offer today, that is to plead guilty to the amended charge of allowing an unlicensed person, you would have to waive your right to have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
And that's what you do?
Yes,
That means you'll waive your right to cross-examine or question any of the witnesses that the city intended to call against you. You're going to waive your right to call your own witnesses or present evidence to your defense. And then you're also going to waive your right to remain silent at trial and not have that silence be used against you. You understand that?
yes, I do.
And that's what you want to do?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes,
Anybody made any promises to you to get you to want to waive your rights today?
no, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you in any way to get you to want you to waive your rights?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you are guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to the amended charge of allowing an unlicensed person to operate the motor vehicle, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Have a factual basis, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Quimby, on December 18th of 2020, approximately 9:45 in the morning, were you operating a vehicle on near or on Pine Street near Saginaw in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes,
And at that time, did you have a valid operator's license?
I thought I did. I did not.
Okay, and what was what was the problem with your license?
I had a restricted license that had expired,
Okay,
and I
yeah.
didn't know it had an expiration on it.
Okay, and do you have a valid license now?
No, I'm in the process of it.
Okay, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Thank you. Ms. Bowen, did you have any questions?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
If we're satisfied with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea. Find your plea be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. As to the file number ending in 781, The city is moving to amend that to impeding traffic. That's a 0-point civil infraction. You do not need to plead guilty because it's not a criminal action. You would just accept responsibility or not accept responsibility. Ms. Parole, we are
Yes.
in court. You don't smoke and vape in court, okay?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize for that, Ms. Quimby. So you would not need to plead guilty because it's not a criminal action, it's a civil action. So do you want to accept responsibility to the amended charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so the fine on that is $125. And then as to the allowing unlicensed charge, your fine's gonna be $150, okay?
Yeah,
When can you make payment?
I can make it as soon as we're off here. I'm gonna pay it all.
Okay, very good. You know how to make payment online?
No, I just need the info.
Okay, you would just go to the court website. That's www.lansingmi.gov/court. You can also go to the Google or your search engine and just type in 54A District Court, Lansing, and it'll come up as well. If
Okay.
you go to the court website, you will use your case numbers on both of these files. Do you have those with you, ma'am?
Are they 200011878 and 82?
That's correct.
Okay, yeah.
You type those in and then you'll be able to make a payment. Give me about 10 minutes because I need to get these files to the clerk's office so that they can put it in the system. So there'll be a disposition in there for you to pay, okay?
Okay, it'll tell me which one, how much, right? Will it?
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay, yep, I will have those paid
Okay.
today.
Okay, so on the file ending in 8-1, it's gonna be $125. And the file ending in 8-2, it's gonna be $150, okay, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Probably any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, you're all set, Ms. Quimby.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mrs. Donnelly. Have a great day.
Okay, who represents Ms. Eduardo?
I do, Your Honor, and I am ready to proceed with her.
Your Honor, could I have a breakout room with Ms. Parole?
Yes. I'll add her to your breakout room. I think you're in room 2.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Okay, we're on the record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Ruby Eduardo. I have file numbers 21-01966, and then I have 21L2653311. Council appearances.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Mary Bowen appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Ruby Guajardo, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Set for 3 trials and an explanation hearing. How do we want to proceed at this time?
Your Honor, at this time, Ms. Guajardo is still trying to make efforts to get her license. We gave her 30 days last time in an effort that she needed to, find work. But since then, I mean, she is still trying to look for work. She had prospects, maybe, or how like housekeeping at Red Roof, but they didn't have an elevator and she has arthritis, so she couldn't take that job. But then her grandmother fractured her face recently. So she's besides already having her kids, she's had to take care of her grandmother. But she reports to me that she's applied at, she had info going to Wendy's and she has someone working there that could help her. So she expects to get a job soon. So again, we would request another 30 days for her to, or at least 30 days, so that she can continue to secure employment so that she can afford to get her license, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Is her license, does she have a license? She's trying to pay off tickets. I'm not sure what we're working through right now.
It shouldn't be, I believe that she only has one ticket that she has, right, she has to pay for in Mason. It's a $270 ticket. It's the only thing suspending it, and then she can go to the Secretary of State.
I'm gonna adjourn it for another 30 days. I'm not gonna continue to prolong this case while she looks for employment, because everyone's hiring. There's a need everywhere, so finding a job is not an issue. You need to get it taken care of, ma'am, so that we can get this matter resolved. So adjourn it for 30 days. By then you should be employed and you should have made some efforts, at least to get that other ticket resolved. If you're making those efforts, or if you've done that thus far, then I'll entertain further requests, okay?
Okay. And I have been looking for employment. I have a felony from 2010 that makes things a little more difficult for me.
Okay. Your matter is going to be adjourned until November 23rd at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No problem. We'll see you then, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
Same to you. Okay, I see someone joined, last name Briggs. Is that Jalen Briggs?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And William Alvarado has joined. I did not see Cheryl Day today.
Your Honor, that's who I was trying to get in contact with. I did text her because like I said, I had contact with her this morning. So I am going to try to call her at this point, since I'm now off the record, and see if I can get in contact with her. I apologize.
Okay, sounds good. Who do we have here? Speak up, please.
Mr. Ariana Rogers.
Okay, Mr. Rogers, and sir, what's your name?
Eduardo Perez.
And Mr. Perez. What is this? From yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, sounds good. Mr. Rogers, did you know you had court yesterday?
You said that what?
You had court yesterday.
Yesterday, my
Well,
attorney.
you had court yesterday and today.
Oh, really? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you didn't appear, so I requested a bench warrant,
Oh,
but we haven't issued it yet, so you're in luck.
okay, thank you.
So who are you represented by?
Um,
Mr. Keithley or Ms. Donnelly?
I think it's Mr. Keefe.
Okay,
I haven't seen him yet though. He like texted me and said court was today, so that's why I didn't.
right, because you had court yesterday on another matter. I don't see that you have an attorney on that matter, though. That might have been why you didn't get this message from
I
him.
said, what was that one for?
That is a failed or carrying. CCW failed to possess concealed pistol license.
I
So-
thought he was handling that case. I thought they combined everything into one.
Well, one's a state case and one's a city case, so I can't handle this without a prosecutor. So what we won't do is issue a bench warrant. We'll see if we can get that reset for you. Unless the prosecutor can log in today. Who's on the iPhone?
Yeah.
Who's on the iPhone?
William Alvarado.
Okay, no, Mr. Alvarado, I'll have you checked in. Who's on the iPhone with the glasses, ma'am?
Cheryl Day.
Okay, Ms. Day, are you laying down?
Yes.
Okay, this is court, so I can put you in the waiting room until you're ready to proceed. But when you log in, treat it just like if you were coming into the building, okay?
Okay.
Okay, who's on the Galaxy A02? Oh, sorry, I think that was a mistake. Can you rename her for me, please? She's on the iPhone. Who's on the Galaxy A02?
That might be me. I thought it was 820. Douglas Burchard.
No, Mr. Bashad, I have you checked in. It's someone else. Ma'am with the red shirt, what's your name?
Oh, my name's Erica Kirasalis.
Thank you. Did you know you were on a Galaxy A02?
No, I don't know the make and model of my phone, ma'am.
Okay. Can you rename her for me, please? Okay, Mr. Keithley, I have here in the courtroom, Lasharion Rogers. Did you need to speak to him?
I will need to speak to Mr. Rogers, Your Honor. I'm also going to need to speak to Mr. Burchard again.
No problem. And then Mr. Rogers was supposed to be here yesterday. I don't know if you're representing him on the other matter, because I don't have an appearance on that one.
I don't believe we are, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you request court-appointed counsel, sir?
Yeah, they handled everything at the same time. So I thought.
Okay, that one's for that's a CCW failed to possess a pistol license, so.
Yeah, that's the one I figured I needed to touch.
Okay, thank you. So, I'm not sure why he wouldn't have been appointed on that one, but he was appointed on these others. So.
You can't log it. So.
Okay, that's fine. The state prosecutor is not going to be able to log in today on this one. I just want to make sure if he has counsel or if he needs counsel that gets appointed on that one, but I can get him on a device if you need to speak to him.
Very good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, sir, do you have a phone with you? Okay, we're going to take you back there and get you logged in so that you'll have an opportunity to have a private discussion with your attorney, and then we'll see if you can get court-appointed counsel on this one, okay? Okay.
Your Honor, I believe we're ready to go on Miss Parole.
Okay.
Your Honor, I will need a breakout room in this day.
I will add this day to room 1. We're on the record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Anna Parole. I have here file numbers 21L262406 and 62. Council appearances.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Mary Bowen appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Anna Parole, who is present.
Thank you. Today's the date set for pre-trials. Looks like we were here before. We were waiting for Ms. Parole to complete her test. How are we proceeding at this time?
At this time, my understanding is the city will be dismissing these matters, Your Honor.
Ms. Bowen?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, if you're going to dismiss, you have to actually make the motion. Mr. Keith, you can't make it. All right, you're
I'm sorry,
dismissing
Your
both
Honor.
matters?
Yes, the city will move to dismiss both matters, Your Honor. My apologies.
Okay, thank you. Both matters will be dismissed. You're all set, Ms. Parole.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Heathy, you need to speak with, you said Mr. Bouchard again?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, he's actually already in room 2, so you all can both just return to the breakout room.
Very good, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Carroll, you're free to go.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Yeah, Eduardo Perez, correct?
Yes.
Did you have an attorney?
James Smith.
Well, Mr. Smirker wouldn't be your attorney. He's the attorney for the city. Did you request court-appointed counsel? Well, let me see if I can find the file. Because that may be why you don't have an attorney.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
did the court receive the city's nollie for the operating while intoxicated?
For whom?
Mr. Perez?
I'm not sure because I only have one matter on my docket, and that's for PBT
PBT.
refusal.
Okay, which is fine.
I'm just trying to see if I can find his file. Okay. Did we receive the other knowledge? I would imagine you did.
Yeah, I took off.
Yep, we received it. That's why it was removed from the docket. Does he have an attorney on this? I don't see an appearance. No attorney, okay. Did you request court-appointed counsel, sir?
Yes.
Did he have an attorney on the other matter? Someone just joined and their name, it says Jesse. Hi, Jesse, what's your name?
Jesse Wilson.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna place you on mute until I'm ready to proceed. He said he did? Okay. Mr. Keithley represented you on the other matter. I'm not sure why you would not have been appointed counsel on the PBT refusal as well. So we'll see if he can represent you. Do you have a telephone with you at all? If not, we can let you borrow a device so that you can get on Zoom if he needs to speak to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, are we ready on Ms. Day's matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Cheryl Lynn Day. The file number is 21-00347 OT. Counsel appearance, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Mary Bowen on behalf of the City of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Cheryl Day, who is separately appearing by Zoom.
Thank you. Today is the date that was set for a pre-trial. I think we adjourned this matter because the defendant was trying to navigate a license issue in Indiana. How are we proceeding at this time?
Your Honor, at this time, Ms. Day reports that she has been in contact with the DMV in Indiana. They have instructed her on what to do. Basically, this is stemming from an issue back in 2013. So they've given her some options, either provide proof of the accident she was involved in, or she can pay an amount that they say that she owes. So she has plans to get that done before the weather gets too bad. She obviously she can't drive right now, so she has to make arrangements to go down to Indiana. So she's hoping to do that by the middle of November. So if at all possible, if we can have this adjourned to end of November, either like the 23rd or the 30th, to give her that opportunity, Your Honor. Thank you.
To go into December for me.
can do December 7th at 9.
December 7th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Keithley, I have Eduardo Perez Jr. here. My understanding is that the other charge, which was a WI, was nollied, so it's no longer on the docket. But he's here today for a PBT refusal, and for some reason he was not appointed counsel on that one, and I don't know if your office is not representing people on PBT refusals.
PBT refusals are a civil infraction, Your Honor.
Right, but I'm still wondering if you're going to be providing any representation at all, or is he just going to handle it himself?
We do not represent individuals on civil infractions, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, if I may, this is before I'm added to a breakout room. It is my understanding that the city attorney's office will be reissuing charges as to the operating while intoxicated. So it may be more beneficial if we can try to reach some type of universal or corporate resolution as opposed to parsing these two cases out like this.
Okay, so that was a matter that was just nolly to be reissued?
Yes, that is my understanding. It's going to be submitted for complaint in the warrant.
Okay, well, we'll handle some other matters and then see if we can get Mr. Keithley and you in a private meeting room on that one, because I think he was representing him on the other charge. That was nolly. Okay, we have Mr. Bouchard. Are we ready on that one?
We are, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Douglas Bouchard. File numbers are 20-02621, 20L25655023, and 20L256961. Council appearances.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Mary Bowen appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Douglas Bouchard, who is present via Zoom.
Okay, today's the date. Reset because we're waiting for the defendant to be sentenced in the 30th Circuit. How are we proceeding at this time?
Thank you, Your Honor. An offer was extended to Mr. Bouchard this morning to plead guilty to an amended charge of driving while visibly impaired in file 2621OD. As part of that agreement, Mr. Bouchard would also be pleading guilty to failing to display valid ops in file ending in 5023OT, and file ending in 69641OT would be dismissed. Mr. Bouchard would like to accept that offer.
Okay, you said he was going to plead to the failure to display in file ending in 5023?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, and Mr. Bouchard, that's what you would call your offer to be?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you want to accept that offer at all?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Bouchard, you have the right to be represented by counsel. You are represented by the Office of the Public Defender by way of Mr. James Keithley. You have the right to proceed to trial in this matter, and you have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to have the city bring sufficient evidence to prove each element of the charge against you. You have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
In order to enter a guilty plea to the amended charge of driving while visibly impaired and to the charge of failure to display ops, you would have to give up or waive your right to have sorry, and also to plead guilty to the open end talks. You would have to waive your right to have trial of any kind. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you won't have an opportunity to cross-examine or question any witness that the city was going to bring. You won't have an opportunity to call your own witnesses or present evidence to your defense, and you also won't have the opportunity to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody making any promises to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No,
Has anybody threatened you in any way to
no.
make you waive to plead guilty? Are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
Yeah, I'm on probation, 2 years, Miss Aquilina.
With Judge Aquilina?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As to the amended charge of driving while visibly impaired, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, and as to the charge of failure to display ops, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Can I have a factual basis, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Bouchard, on or about September 3rd, 2020, were you operating a motor vehicle in the area of South Pennsylvania in Kalamazoo in the city of Lansing?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, was your operation of that motor vehicle visibly impaired to an outside observer?
Yes, sir.
In what way was it visibly impaired?
I guess I ran the red light and stopped in the middle of the intersection.
All right. And was your operation of that motor vehicle impaired because you had been consuming alcohol prior to operating that motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And did you know it was alcohol at the time you were consuming it?
Yes, sir.
And it wasn't an accident that you were consuming that alcohol, was it?
Yes, sir.
All right. And when you were pulled over by an officer, you were pulled over by an officer that night, right?
Yes, sir.
And when he pulled you over, he asked you to show him your license, right?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to display a valid license for that officer?
No, sir.
Do you have a valid license at this point?
No, sir.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Bowen, did you have any questions?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. The court is satisfied with the factual basis, and I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The open and talks will be dismissed per plea agreement. As to the failure to display ops, there's a fine of $200. That will be assessed. Is there any objection to immediate sentencing on the file number ending in 2621?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Keithley, did you want to address the court before sentencing?
Thank you, Your Honor. We would be requesting a sentence of fines and costs in this matter. I know it's a operating while intoxicated offense. However, at this point, Mr. Bouchard has taken accountability for his actions. And as he indicated on the record this morning, he is on probation. He is going to be on probation for about 18 months before Circuit Court Judge Aquilina. It doesn't seem a worthwhile use of resources to have him on duplicative terms of probations. Therefore, I believe fines and costs are appropriate. I would note that there is an OWI cost recovery in this matter of $271.55. I do not believe that Mr. Bouchard has any objection to this amount.
Okay, and Mr. Bouchard, do you have any objection to the OWI cost recovery?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I don't have that here in the file. Can you confirm that amount, Ms. Bowen?
The amount that I have showing for the OWI cost recovery is $271.55. $71.55.
$71.55. That's what Mr. Keithley stated. Okay, so there's been no objection to that amount. Mr. Bouchard, did you want to make your own statement? You do not need to. Mr. Keithley's
Nah,
advocating
I'm
for you.
okay.
Wanted to, okay, very good. The court would agree that because you're already on a term of probation for 2 years out of the circuit court, it would not be beneficial or in the interest of justice to place you on an additional term of probation. So the court will not be doing that. The court will enter a sentence of fines and costs only. There will be a $271.55 cost recovery fee assessed. That's payable to the Lansing Police Department. There'll be a fine of $350 plus $75 crime victim rights plus $50 state minimum cost. I'll refer this to collection so that you can get on a payment plan for this plus the $200 on the failure to display ops. Okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
All set, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Who's on the Galaxy AO2?
Erica Carosalas, Your Honor.
Okay.
I believe we're ready to proceed on Ms. Howell's file, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Carosalas, are you driving?
Yes, I sure am.
Okay, well, I'm gonna remove you from the courtroom. And when you are safe to dial back in, you can do that, okay?
Yep, not a problem. Then I'll see you guys later.
Okay, so you're ready to proceed on whom?
Ms. Howell's file, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Catherine Sue Howell. File number is 20-009670T. Council appearance.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Mary Bowen appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Catherine Howell, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date set for pretrial. How are we proceeding at this time?
My understanding is that the city will be amending the misdemeanor charge to a civil infraction of careless driving.
Is that accurate, Ms. Bowen?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct.
Okay, so this will be amended to a careless driving, and Ms. Howell, is that what you would call your offer to be?
Yes, where I would be given 3 points and a small fine.
Right, and this is just a careless driving, Ms. Bowen, not careless driving with accident, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Okay, and you want to accept responsibility to that, Ms. Howell?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, very well. Your fine is going to be $210. When can you make a payment?
You said what?
The fine is $210.
Okay, I am currently indigent. Like I am I'm gonna try to get into a domestic violence program. I have a lot of stuff going on. So can you defer that? Can I please get that deferred for I should once everything's together, if I can get just a couple months, can you defer it till I can start payments? Because I'm being honest. I'm
Okay, I'll refer
homeless.
to Okay, ma'am. I'm gonna refer it to collection so that they can discuss with you your financial situation. I'll note here
Yes,
that your
because I should
number
have,
is,
like, I'm currently,
your
I'm
number ends
working
in,
with,
ma'am,
yes.
your number ends in 1504.
Yes, wait, no, my phone number, yeah, 1504, yes, it is. I'm sorry, you're out.
Okay. Okay, someone from collections will contact you to discuss your current situation, okay?
Okay, great. Is there anything else, Your Honor?
There's nothing else unless you have a question for me.
No, not at
Thank you. You're free to go.
all. Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Same to you. Okay. That was Mr. Lacy failed to appear. I'll do a bench warrant. Oh, that was a bond request. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Did you need to speak with anyone else?
If I could have a breakout room with Mr. Rogers, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll add him to your breakout room.
Very good, Your Honor. Thank you.
No problem. I see, is it Jesse Wilson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have an attorney?
I do.
Okay, I do think you're just a little bit early, but I didn't see your attorney here.
Yeah, I haven't had contact with him this morning. I'm not sure. I knew we were waiting on some more FOIA requests and stuff from the police department, and that had never came in, so I don't know how that's going to affect today.
And Your Honor, I have something else aside from that matter. Actually, the city will be moving to dismiss the loud and boisterous at this time. And if the court needs a nollie from us, let us know. I realize, I think this is written on a ticket.
It's on a ticket, so no, it will not need to be on a nollie. And Jackie Moss is on this case. Mr. Wilson, you can notify your attorney that the city moved to dismiss, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Set.
And it was dismissed in the interest of justice, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. That was Wilson. We did Quimby and we did that one. He's in there. Briggs, who's Briggs' attorney? Mr. Briggs, who's your attorney? Do you have one? I don't see that he has an attorney. Jalen Briggs,
Yes, ma'am.
do you have an attorney?
I do not.
Okay, I think we adjourned this previously because you had some tickets in Ionia. And so I'll put you in the private meeting room with the city attorney that you can discuss or give her an update, okay?
Okay.
Ms. Bowen, you're being added to room 3.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
I have to be punched in 4 minutes. They're not gonna find me another job if I lose this one.
Okay, Mr. Heathly, we're waiting for Ms. Bowen to come back, but are you representing Ms. Pirzales?
I am, Your Honor, and I'm going to need a breakout room with Ms. Bowen when she is available.
Okay, sounds good. When she's available, we'll get you in the breakout room. It appears that Ms. Pirzales failed to tell her job she had court. If you're addressing me, Ms. Pirzales, I can't hear you.
Oh no, I didn't intend on it taking this long. Yesterday it took half this long. I wasn't scheduled till 10:45, but yeah.
Okay, well.
And I was ready for you multiple times. You made me stop. It is not illegal.
You're not gonna drive, you're not gonna drive in court. B, you're not gonna fuss at me. You'll wait until your name is called.
You fussed. You made that comment, not me.
She's gone. I'm not gonna tolerate disrespect.
Is the court resetting her pretrial?
No, if she doesn't call back with respect, then she's getting a bench. She's gonna get a bench warrant.
Very good, Your Honor.
Pirzales?
Yes, Miss Simmons.
Okay, first of all, it's Judge Simmons. Second of all, don't come in my courtroom and disrespect me, okay?
I wasn't disrespectful.
I'll respect this. I'll respect you when you respect me. You understand that? It's a give and take situation. There are multiple matters before the court. You'll wait your turn. And I apologize if you have someplace else you needed to be. You should have told your court or your job that you had court today, okay, ma'am?
Oh, they know.
Okay, so when your case is able to be called, it'll be called. Until then, you should sit quietly on mute. But if you disrespect the court, I'll reset this matter and have you come in person.
Let me know.
Okay, you can come in person.
When would you like me to come? I have Tuesdays and Thursdays off. Today I
Well,
happened to pick up a shift. There
well,
was an emergency.
we hold these proceedings on Tuesdays. I
Okay.
thought you, so do you have them off or not? Because you work today, correct?
And I just said that I picked up a shift because I'm an assistant manager. I didn't have a takeout person.
Okay, give me next week. She can come in person. I'll also address the contempt of court that I'm gonna issue. You said what?
Mhm.
We'll see you next week at 10 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. I'll bring my COVID letter.
Thank you.
No.
What is next? Tuesday the 26th. Mr. Bowen, I see you're back with Mr. Briggs. Mr. Briggs, can you please start your camera? Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jalen LaRon Briggs. File number is 20-03678. Council appearance.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Mary Bowen appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Okay, and Mr. Briggs, please state your name for the record.
Jalen Briggs.
Okay, today's the date that was reset for a plea because you were trying to resolve a ticket in Ionia. You're representing yourself without counsel. Ms. Bowen, was there an offer extended on this?
Yes, Your Honor. So as I had previously stated to Mr. Briggs, and I may have put it on the record last time, I'm not sure, but nonetheless, the city needed to see substantive efforts for him in terms of making payments toward those tickets out in Ionia County because it does owe a rather large amount of money. He has been making those substantive efforts. I have seen proof of payments. He did show me that when I spoke to him. So the city will honor its original offer, and we will amend the driving while license suspended to impeding traffic.
So impeding traffic is a 0-point civil infraction, sir. The fine is $125. Did you want to accept responsibility to that today?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so again, the fine is $125. You can make payment online or you can come up and make it in person. Do you have questions about how to make the payment online?
Do I make it through the same website through Ionia County as I did the last payment, or is this through this Ingham County?
This is the city of Lansing Court, Ingham County. So you would go to www.lansingmi.gov/court.
Okay.
And then you'll use your file or your case number in order to pull up your balance. Okay, sir?
Any way you can give me the case number?
No problem. It's 20-03678.
And the website one more time?
Yes, it's www.lansingmi.gov/court.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Do you have any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You're all set for today.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Ms. Keithley, are you ready on Mr. Rogers, or did you need to speak to Ms. Bowen first?
I need to speak to Ms. Bowen.
Okay. Okay, I'm moving Ms. Bowen to room 2, and you're both in that room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning. Is it Mr. Zaleski?
Yes. Curtis Zaleski, I'm appearing on behalf of Joanna Davis.
Okay, I see she has checked in. The city attorney is actually in a private meeting room with one of the public defenders. So when we're ready to proceed on your matter, I'll call your case, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Mr. Carter?
Am I muted?
Nope, I can hear you. How are you?
Good, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, your client, Mr. Sierwowski, is here. Did you need to speak to him or are you ready to proceed?
We're ready to proceed.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Francis John Sierwowski, file number. Is 20-00035. Can I have your appearance, counsel?
May it please the court, David B. Carter Jr. on behalf of Mr. Francis Sierwowski, who is appearing through the Polycom or the Zoom app, and he has no objections to proceeding not in person.
Thank you. Today's the date set for sentencing. The court does have a pre-sentence report.
Yeah, Your Honor, I just have a quick question.
Recommendation.
Is that noise
You have
in
a
the
question?
background? Is that noise in the background interrupting? Can you hear that?
I can hear that when you're unmuted.
All right. Let me go outside real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on mute in the meantime.
Mute.
Okay, Mr. Keithley, did you need to speak to your client again?
No, Your Honor, I'm ready to go.
Okay, which matter, is it on Rogers?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're off the record on the Sierwowski matter. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Lasharion Rogers, I have file number 21-02185 and 21L2659-722. Counsel appearance.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Mary Bowen appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Gately, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Lacharian Rogers for the OT file.
Okay, thank you. Today's the date set for a pretrial. Is there an offer extended?
Your Honor, at this time, the defendant has a valid driver's license. The city will be moving to dismiss the driving while license suspended. And in addition, the city will go ahead and dismiss the no proof of insurance civil infraction ticket.
Okay, so both matters will be dismissed. your city matters, Mr. Rogers, you'll be all set. You still have the issue of your failure to appear yesterday. And I believe he's requesting court-appointed counsel on that, but it's a civil infraction.
Okay.
So we're gonna give you a new date on that so that you can address that with the county prosecutor, okay?
Okay.
Do the 25th.
9:30. Okay, we'll set that for October 25th at 9:30. We'll bring you a copy of your notice to appear on that one, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and you're all set for today.
thank
Just
you.
wait for your notice. Or you can come to
Okay.
the courtroom and get it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Sierwowski, are you in a quiet place now?
Yes.
Okay. Back on the record in the matter of the city of Lansing versus Francis Sierwowski. The court was indicating that they do have a pre-sentence report and recommendation from probation. Did you get that, Mr. Carter?
I have, Your Honor.
Yeah, does it need to have any changes or updates made to it?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, did you want to address the court prior to sentencing?
I would, thank you, Your Honor. Normally, under these circumstances and looking at the recommendation, I would normally ask the court to follow the recommendation. However, I'm going to be asking the court to put Mr. Sierwowski on a 6-month term of probation and order him to follow all conditions in Eaton County probation. And the reason why I'm asking to do that is he's been on probation. Well, this case has been pending. He's been on bond and has complied with bond throughout the whole time, and it's been a rather lengthy time. Second of all, while this has been pending, he's been on probation in Eaton County for 7 months now. And he's doing everything, he's pretty much has a sentence in Eaton County that mirrors what the probation department wanted him to do here. He's already dropping out there. He's actually, his drops have decreased to 2 times a week because he's been clean ever since he was put on probation in Eaton County 7 months ago. He's doing the MRT classes out there. He's doing his 12-step program out there. So I would ask the court to put my client on probation for a 6-month term and that he be ordered to comply with all conditions out in Eaton County. That way, if in fact he does have a violation out in Eaton County, he also violates here and the court can address it there. But I really believe that his rehabilitative status is going quite well in Eaton County. And I don't see a reason to duplicate anything at this point in time.
Thank you. And how long is his term of probation in Eaton County?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
How long is his probation?
I think he indicated to me that he's got another, is it another 10 months out there, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, Your Honor, it's 10 more months. Well, it's really 12 more months, but I mean, I could get off in like 8 to 10. I haven't dropped dirty one single time. They just drop my drop down once a week. I was at twice a week. I'm in that class. I have to take another class. I'm going to meetings. Just thought I'd let you know that.
Okay, I do see here that he was sentenced to 24 months probation.
That is correct.
Okay.
I did represent him in that county, so everything I indicated to you, I had first-hand knowledge.
Okay, sounds good. Mr. Sierwowski, did you want to make any additions to the statement you just gave to the court?
Yeah, and also I had read over the terms and agreements of the probation, and on there it stated that I maybe not had shown medical marijuana, like I didn't prove that I had my card, but I can do so if needed. I don't know why that was on there. I told her that I'd had it, but that's all.
Okay, thank you. I think under the circumstances, the request that your attorney has made is appropriate. You're already serving or completing a term of 24 months of probation. Court does not need to be duplicative and have you essentially doing the same types of programming twice. So what the court will do is grant your attorney's request. I will sentence you to a term of 6 months probation, and the order of the court is for you to continue to follow the terms and conditions of your 30th Circuit probation as supervised through Eaton County. And so you said something about your medical marijuana. Are you saying you have a medical marijuana card is what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay. You will just need to show that to your probation officer, okay?
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay. There will not be a oversight fee applied on this because you're essentially being supervised through Eaton County. And so you'll be reporting monthly to your, as consistent with what you're doing for 30th Circuit already. But as to your fines and costs, you have a $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed. There's a $50 state minimum cost that will be assessed. And then you owe $215.04 on OWI cost recovery fee.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, the court will waive any discretionary fines and costs at this time. When can you make payment on those fines though? Or you can make monthly payments if that's what you prefer to do. Sir, Mr. Sirowski?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, you owe $340.04 on this matter. Are you gonna make monthly payments on that while you're doing your 6 months of probation, or are you gonna pay that in full?
I'm gonna make one payment here soon, and then I'm just gonna pay it off the next time.
Okay, very good. So I'll note here that when the probation department contacts you for you to go over your judgment of sentence, that you can discuss how you're going to make payment on that. But again, you're going to continue to follow all the conditions in terms of your probation through this 30th Circuit Court. Do you have any questions for the court today?
No, I do not, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your Honor, just for clarification, he's actually on probation in Eaton County, which is the 56th district, but I think he's being supervised by the 30th. I just want to make sure that that's clear.
Okay, yeah, that's what I see here in the file.
All right, thank you.
He's supervised by the 30th, but it says Eaton County. Okay, any additional matters for the record?
No, thank you for your time, Your Honor.
No problem. You're all set, Mr. Sirowski, and good
Thank you.
luck.
Have a good day.
Same to you. Okay. Who's on the court's iPad? Is that Mr. Perez?
Yep.
Okay, Ms. Bowen, did you and Mr. Keithley discuss your concern about the Perez file?
Yes, we did, Your Honor.
Okay, so are we
And-
gonna adjourn this or?
Yes, both Mr. Keithley and I mutually agree that the matter should be set out for a few weeks just to make sure that complaint and warrant is signed and is assigned the proper file number.
Okay. In 30 days, please. Set it for November 23rd at 9 a.m. And Mr. Perez, you can step into the courtroom and get a copy of your notice to appear, okay? Okay, there's that one. Okay, I see Logan Hill is here. There's a T. Berry.
Your Honor, Tom Berry is with code compliance.
Sorry, Your Honor, that's Tom Berry. I'm on the phone with him right now from Code Compliance.
Thank
If we have Max Mertens anywhere in a waiting room, we can probably get that figured out pretty fast.
Okay, thank you. There's a William Alvarado.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Who's representing Mr. Alvarado?
I represent Mr. Alvarado, Your Honor.
Do you need to speak with us?
Your Honor, I don't go into a breakout room with Mr. Alvarado. I would be requesting, I guess, a closed hearing so that we can raise something regarding Mr. Alvarado's case.
Okay. Okay, give me just a moment so I can get the court cleared out. Let's see.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's on the phone number?
Good morning.
309. Yeah, good morning. What's your name?
Max Martins.
Okay, Mr. Venker, is that who you were waiting for?
That is, Your Honor.
Okay, you need a breakout room?
Please, we will be pretty brief, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna put you all in room 4.
Okay. And Mr. Berry as well. All right.
Okay, who's representing Mr. Hill?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, you ready to proceed on that one?
Yes, I do believe I am, Ms. Bowen. In regards to Mr. Hill, is it typical offer of trying to get his license?
Yes.
Okay, yes, yeah, I'm ready to proceed, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Logan Hill, file number 21-02028 and 21L26263.2, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mary Bowen, Assistant City Attorney, appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Logan Hill, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date set for pretrial on the violation of restricted license. How are you going to proceed on that matter?
Your Honor, at this time, the offer from the city is that they would be willing to make an offer if he made efforts to get his license back. So at this time, we would be requesting 30 days. He currently has a restricted license. I believe there might be a suspension, but he has to get more information from Secretary of State. So that's what he's planning on doing, is making an appointment. I don't know if he's made one yet. Mr. Hill, have you been able to make one yet?
I plan on just calling every morning at 8 o'clock because they're so booked right now.
Oh, getting a same day appointment? Okay.
Same day appointment, yes.
Okay. Yes, 30 days for that. Also, Your Honor, there was a civil infraction for speeding tied to this that defaulted when he failed to appear on September 15th. His explanation for failing to appear that day was that he did not get notice to appear in the mail. He provided phone numbers and addresses for his mother, who did not inform him when she got those notices. That would be his reason for possibly setting aside the default. But that would be it for today, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, the violation of restriction license will be November 23rd, you said?
Yes.
At 9:30.
Okay.
Okay, the basic speed, there was a default judgment. He owes $170. When is he going to pay that?
Mr. Hill, do you know when you can make a payment on the speeding infraction?
Yes, I can make a full payment this week or next week. No, I should be able to do it this week.
Okay, do you know how to make a payment online, or are you gonna come in person to make payment?
I can come in person.
I'll note that on the file so they don't hit you with a show cause. That defaulted back in September. Do you have any questions for the court today, sir?
No, I do.
Okay, we'll see you in November.
Thank you.
Okay, and Mr. Zaleski, are you ready on Ms. Davis?
Oh, yes, I have not had a chance to speak with the city attorney yet. I don't know if it would be appropriate to go into a breakout room, but that would be fine with me.
Okay, give me just a moment. Ms. Bowen, I'll put you back in room 3.
Thank you.
Then I will add Mr. Zaleski.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, are we ready? Mr. Zaleski, or do you need to speak to your client?
No, we're ready, Your Honor. What we're going to do is, with the court's permission, the intent is to try to accomplish a deferral program here, but the prosecutor needs me to get some forms filled out and some information to them. And so we would respectfully request a 2-week adjournment to do that.
No problem. I'll get you a new date.
Thank you.
Thank you.
November 2nd at 9:30.
Does November 2nd at 9:30 work for you, Mr. Zaleski?
I'll make it work.
Okay, this matter will be set for November 2nd at 9:30. Unless there's anything else, you're all set for today, Ms. Davis, and thank you, Mr. Zaleski.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.